Well, hey there guys, welcome to Rock Hard Riffs. This is the Guitar Channel. For the self-taught, it is yet another Flashback Friday here at Rock Hard Riffs. And in today's very special Flashback Friday, we have Pink Floyd The Wall. We're going to talk about the album, and we're going to talk about the movie. Such incredible stuff. You know, all the guys in this band are just so hugely talented. You know, their earlier music really didn't do much for me, but man, did they develop. Alright guys, let's talk all about Pink Floyd The Wall. Rock on with Rock Hard Riffs. This is the Rock and Roll Guitar Channel. Okay guys, a brief bio of the album itself. The Wall is the 11th studio album by Pink Floyd. It was released on November 28th, 1979 on Columbia Records. It's kind of considered like a rock opera, which explores the mind of a rock star by the name of Pink, whose eventual self-imposed isolation from society is symbolized by a wall. The album was a commercial success, topping the US charts for 15 weeks and reaching number 3 in the UK. I'm really surprised that it wasn't number 1 over there. It initially received mixed reviews from critics, many of whom found it overblown and pretentious, but later came to be considered one of the greatest albums of all time. And that's because of the movie. If you can't quite piece everything together as far as the album itself goes, some of it just doesn't quite make sense without the movie, to a certain degree. That's my opinion anyway. Now, bassist Roger Waters conceived The Wall during Pink Floyd's 1977 In the Flesh tour. He was modeling the character of Pink after himself and former bandmate Syd Barrett. You know, there's nothing that Pink Floyd does without Syd Barrett being involved in there somewhere. The recording took just under a year, from December of 1978 to November of 1979. It was produced by Bob Ezrin. The Wall is the last album to feature Pink Floyd as a quartet. Keyboard Richard Wright was fired by Roger Waters during the production, but stayed on as a salaried musician. That's pretty amazing. That takes a lot of guts on Richard Wright's part, I do think. The movie explores abandonment and isolation symbolized by the wall. The songs create an approximate storyline of events in the life of Pink, a character based on Syd Barrett, as well as Roger Waters, as we've already said, whose father was killed during World War II. Pink's father also dies in a war, which is where Pink starts to build a metaphorical wall around himself. You know, this is a really good movie. There are certain parts of it I can definitely relate to. I think we all do, as far as like building a wall around ourselves and feeling isolated. But Pink, of course, takes it to the extreme, becoming basically like a Nazi or a fascist. It's just kind of a hallucinatory thing that he's going through, but still, you can see the effect that the Nazis had on this generation of folks, especially from Europe. It really weighed heavily on them, and of course, there's no wonder. This is the CD, or double CD, of The Wall, the album. And it comes with this little book of handwritten lyrics. They're really rough to read, tough to read. I don't know so much about that part of it, but boy, this is just such a fantastic album. The music is amazing. If you have not seen this movie, guys, it is definitely a must. Pink Floyd The Wall. It is definitely more of an adult-themed movie. There are definitely some graphic images in it. It comes with this little poster, which is kind of cool, of the screaming face. You're familiar with it. And of course the DVD itself. Really, really good movie, really good album. Well guys, there's another Flashback Friday for you. Pink Floyd The Wall. This is definitely a must-have album for any rocker. Super classic. My son Les Beans absolutely loves Pink Floyd, and The Wall really got him into Pink Floyd. Mrs. Beans also loves Pink Floyd. Dark Side of the Moon is her favorite album. I love it all. It's all great stuff. So again, thanks so much for joining us, guys. We really appreciate your watching. Please leave a comment. Let us know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. Alright guys, thanks so much. We'll see you next video.